Hello, this is Limitless 333. On Discord, I go by Strategic Gamer. Back for round 3 of the first Legends of Runeterra seasonal tournament. Currently, I am 2-0, and things are going well. If you I don't want to spoil it if you haven't seen the previous rounds. I highly recommend going back and watching round 2. It's pretty exciting there at the end. And we're just waiting to get into the round. Should open up here in about 1 minute. There we are. We are against K-Go. Right. So we're looking at their lineup. They're playing Shen, Fiora, Go Hard, and Feel the Rush. My Feel the Rush is favored in the mirror, so I'm probably not going to be banning Feel the Rush. The Shen Fiora has 2 Deny and 1 Nopify. That makes it pretty good against Go Hard. It's not overly teched against Go Hard, so it still just depends. It comes down to if they have it or not. This Feel the Rush list is a little bit greedy. It's actually running 2 Ladros and 2 Atrocity like mine is. 2 Ruination, that's the same. But he is on Catalyst, and he's not even on any Weirding Stone. He's on Avorice and Trappers. I really would like to play against this list in the mirror. I'm very favored. And then his Go Hard list is running 2 Ladros, and 2 Ruination. I think his list is favored in the mirror. I'm going to go ahead and ban, I think, the Shen Fiora list and just play the mirrors. I expect him to ban Draven Ezreal. And I'd rather just not gamble on the Ruinations getting denied, and the Feel the Rush is getting denied, and the Go Hard getting nopified. Because this mirror I'm very likely to win, and the Go Hard mirror, I have a Ladros and an Atrocity, and this list only has a Ladros. I actually don't know who's favored. Seems about even. If I draw Ladros, I'm favored, clearly, because I have an Atrocity that can win the game, but also this list is less aggressive than mine. I have the Curse Keepers, which makes me slightly resistant to the Ruination as well. He's on 3 Vengeance, which makes him better against Gangplank. That doesn't really bother me. Has a Withering Wail. That doesn't really bother me either. So yeah, I think out of these 3 decks, I'm actually the most scared of the Shen Fiora list, despite the fact that Shen Fiora is generally not the strongest deck, or the deck I'm most worried about in the lineup. Now to go through the decks that I'm not planning to ban in a little bit more detail. Okay, 1 Troll Chant. You want to make a note of some of the more unusual cards that your opponent's playing, especially when they're only running a few copies. So 1 Troll Chant. Uh, 2 Flash Freeze. That's the same as what I'm doing. 1 Box. Might be good to play around the box. 1 Harsh Wind. And go hard list. Just seeing if there's anything that's particularly odd and worth noting. 1 Whale and 2 Ruination. I'll mark down that there's 2 Ladros, even though I don't think that'll affect my plays at all. Yeah, so just going to ban the Shen Fiora, expecting my opponent to ban the Draven Ezreal list, and for us to play mirror matches. I actually banned Feel the Rush, so I'll just play Draven Ezreal. And Draven Ezreal's favored against both of these decks. Here he's not on Weirding Stone, so I actually don't need to keep any removal for that. He is on Trappers. I mean, I don't think this House Spider does anything here. I don't think the Sentry really does anything here. I don't think Static Shock's particularly good. Farron's good. I think I'm going to want to have Farron on curve. I'm going to actually keep it. It's a little greedy, but there's not a lot that I have to respond to in that deck.
These old eyes still see far and clear. Safeguard our homes!
The party has arrived. God axes need victims.
Alright, so that's my opponent's 1 box.
Beautiful face.
Now I can just spam quickly. It is annoying that I took 4 damage off this Sentry.
In Avarosa's name!
I have the best job.
Nothing escapes my watch.
Let's do this.
Ready the torches!
Huh. I think I'm gonna double spinning axe here. I want to keep the fervor. I'll get rid of the scorched earth and the house spider.
Time for the moneymakers.
I'm doing this primarily because I want the progress day. Let's see. Maybe I'll get rid of the culling strike actually.
What are you waiting for?
And he could have grasp here. Hopefully he doesn't. Alright, so now Graven.
What's my name?
So now we're down to 6, so now we can progress stay. Still no tri-beams, that's kind of annoying. You have to start playing around Ruination now. Now our opponent's in the Ruination mana range.
Safeguard our homes.
Blocking here is pretty silly. I don't want him to die to random like 3 damage stuff. Just gonna skip the block. I'm gonna play the Stump Dredger, discarding the axe. Probably bait out of Ruination. My opponent passes here, I'll definitely pass. Opponent might be thinking about playing Vengeance also. Yeah.
My beautiful face.
Now I'm gonna develop Ezreal. There's not really a good reason to hold the Ezreal. So
The world's a big place. Let's see all of it.
Tri-beam's nice.
I don't miss.
I want to hold the Sentry so I can deal 4 with the Flock. Even if that's not much better than dealing 1, I think it's better to hold it.
Look out for reavers.
Yeah, Grasp is a little annoying. There's not really much I could have done about it.
No way.
Light the signal fires.
So my opponent next turn still won't have enough mana to play Feel the Rush. I have to save the Static Shock to combo with the Guillotine. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I need to actually get cards out of my hand. I'm gonna Mystic Shot the face. Or play the Sentry. I'm gonna play one of those 2. I think it's a little better to put the Sentry actually. Because if he plays Feel the Rush, I'll be able to Static Shock, and then they'll attack, and then I'll be able to Guillotine. So I'll draw up to 8. I'll play this. I actually need to still play the Mystic Shot. And that was all just to prevent overdrawing. My opponent passes here, I'll just pass. And I'll open attack for 7. Because if they want to feel the rush, they can't respond to it.
My blade grows restless. Out of my way! Do not stand in my way!
And then, so you want to make sure you don't die to a 22. So I'm going to block here with Captain Farron to stop 8 damage.
I'm not done!
And then there's no good reason to do anything. He's not damaged, so he just. And here to double guillotine, we need 6. We need 10 mana, and we only have 12. That means we can't play the sentry and stun the 9/9. We have to stun and get our 4/1 blocked.
That the best you got?
Or Vile Feasted, same thing. That play was curious. Means our opponent can't feel the rush currently. I'll probably let me throw out a decimate before he does anything. Okay, so my opponent's going for really high committal play. Wonder if there's any way to punish. I think I'll just go for the static shock here and here. Then I'll go for the guillotines. I think my opponent doesn't have Feel the Rush. I feel like if our opponent had Feel the Rush, they would have played it. That's an interesting draw. I don't think it changes in play here because our hand is just full.
I smell a fight!
Alright, so we can just got some options here. Stun, deal 5, deal 4 is what I want to go for, because we know our opponent doesn't have any way to stop this from looking at their deck list. Doesn't have troll chance anymore. And then it's better to do this, just to get another body. I was thinking about doing this. But I don't really think I've... I think this is my highest chance to be able to get in for combat damage.
Warriors End.
Trying to fold.
Kind of lagging there a little bit, so just attack with a little bit. See how our opponent decides to respond to it. Alright, that's good. No big things this turn.
Butcha.
Then we have to count cards in hand. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, so I can play this and then play the Thermogenic for 3 if I want to. Or I can start playing Decimates. This play is usually better. My opponent has to do anything reactive. Really, I'll go to the off of baby Decimates. 8 plus 8 is 16. Can't feel the rush here. Ladra's into Atrocity is a problem here. I don't have a good response to it. So playing the Chump Wimp deals 4 damage also. I don't want to play the Chump Wimp first though, play the Decimate first. If the opponent has Grudge to die, it could be right just to just keep decimating. So I'm gonna keep decimating.
Welcome to the tipsy hour.
Put on me mask, secure me tail, start the day.
Hey-ho! Took the bait.
Well, that's not particularly good for me. So now I expect the opponent to drop Ladris and try to attack for lethal.
What did we catch?
Okay, so with Ezreal here we have 1, 2, 3, 4 burst damage at least.
I'm so good, I surprised myself. Don't blink, or you'll miss me.
Hot on the trail.
Excuse you.
So here I can get rid of at least one of the Decimates.
I know you're thinking and stuff, but could you maybe speed things up a little?
I don't need the flocking.
take your time, pal. It's not like I've got better things to do.
And I stopped here because Decimate kills the opponent. And I have 2 Decimates. So yeah, the opponent had to do this. And because now the opponent's at 9, I can go ahead and do this.
Pay debt!
Now this puts the opponent to 4 again. And so I can first action next turn. Still dies to atrocity, unfortunately. But I don't think I could have done about it. The opponent doesn't have atrocity immediately. So let's see if the Decimate's good enough, or if they... Well, we got their Odysseus. Keeping the Captain Farron's opening hand was a good call. Took both Captain Farron's to actually develop skill there. Now time to try to look at the go card. I expect to not do very well against the Field of Rush deck, and hopefully I'll win the mirror. So here I'm going to attempt to play an aggro deck primarily. I'm going to keep this go hard, but I want to keep a 1-drop. And I'd like to draw more aggressive creatures than Doom Beast. This hand will be good if our opponent actually plays something.
Again. Go on then.
There's no guarantee of that, unfortunately.
Where do you stand on cold shots?
If they're out there, I'll spot them.
That was good for us.
Light the signal fires.
The problem in this matchup is you have to force the opponent to play units. Otherwise, the Gophers
Took the bait.
I'm gonna play this, even though I'll probably lose the keg. It'd be better if I could get the opponent to attack here first. I can't think of a good way to do that though. There's too much risk that Kego just passes.
I'm through with.
So, the opponent has a 2/3 chance of not drawing the Yeti. So it's better to just play Twisted Fate and Gold card here, and hope that they didn't draw the Yeti, and that they're kind of stuck. They just have to like grasp the Twisted Fate or something.
Deal me in. Hold it, partner.
Probably should obviously.
They walked around.
Yeah, and that's unfortunate. But you have to be aggressive. It going late is not ideal. Good team up for that. They'll probably attack here. I'll just bet. And I'm just doing this so that there's more go-hards in the deck for the zap to drop.
Like a fish in water.
And I'm gonna salvage first, because this doesn't shuffle any additional cards in this.
Packed 'em good.
Just want to continue to be aggressive.
Through the coral.
Alright, so now the opponent... Okay, he can't go off next turn. I'm just gonna now pack it back.
Who would face me?
So we don't really want a vengeance here because we'd have to vengeance in like Ruination, just the Tryndamere. And right now we have one go hard. So really what we want to do is we want to double go hard it and block with the deck hand. We're gonna go hard, soak the ball, and then after we block, then
Death itself can't stop me!
we'll then play the salvage. And hopefully we'll get a go hard. Alright, we didn't get it. That's unfortunate. Got a twisted fate. I really have to play this late race. Gotta apply maximum pressure. So, can't play Ladros first, because then our opponent can just feel the rush, and then we're almost certainly dead.
Let's do this.
And it'll knock our opponent to 7, and then we would hit them to 5. It's kind of tough. I should just attack and see what our opponent does. Really would just prefer to Ladros here.
What will you have?
Yeah, that's frustrating. Now we probably have to vengeance it. No, I can't play Ladros. Thought it was a later turn.
Never lost a fair game, or played one.
That's a mistake on my part, thinking it was a later turn. Makes this play like kind of mandatory.
Eyes open.
Alright, so we have 7 mana. Could definitely vengeance here, but kind of have to vengeance to play around Feel the Rush. Feels really bad, because on the attack we're still going to take a ton of damage.
Gotta trust your instincts.
Now we can ruin the field of it. Well, not a lot that was doable about that.
Death itself can't stop me!
It's very unfortunate. He thought we might have another vengeance and was thinking about doing the field of rush. Unlucky. We knew that one was going to be hard though. Now it'll just come down to who's able to come out on top in the mirror. Hopefully the Curse Keeper list will get there. Not drawing these Curse Keepers too well. This is an interesting hand. Hopefully our opponent can't deal with all the twisted bits. I'm not going to play anything here. Well, that's interesting. Yeah, I'll definitely continue to play cards. That's what we're doing. I'm not trying to deny my opponent from playing Go Hard. I think they think I'm trying to deny them from playing Go Hard, though. So I'm going to play Pool Shark.
Where do you stand
I'm going to try to get in
cold shots?
and play the Butcher. My opponent has Twisted Fate. They'll play it and they won't block. And that's good for me. Because I want to set up this deck hand plus Go Hard.
Never lost a fair game. Blue as the Serpentine.
Watch this.
Ye started without me! Didn't know the boss had sent for ye.
Don't know much, do you?
Now this isn't going to work, but it will allow Twisted Fate to be able to deal AoE 1 and kill the Twisted Fate. Plus he'll have to use Response here. Oh, it did work. That's even better. Don't even lose the keg. Who knows, maybe we'll get 3 damage from Twisted Fate. Good draw. Got a 1-drop. Play alongside Twisted Fate.
Gotta go with the flow.
I'm always up for a round or two. Something for all of you.
My opponent really doesn't want to take 11 here. I understand that.
Suppose you want in on this.
I suppose I should leave ye be.
A game. Go on then.
Alright, our opponent can't go really kill us with Go Hard. They could have Withering Wail here. If our opponent has Gangplank, that would be annoying. I think it's worth giving up the risking to take 2 damage on average to attack like this.
Trick shot.
Lady Luck is smiling.
Because it
Wait
can't
a
go
minute.
hard this until after combat. The Twisted Fate until after combat. So it'd be like trading 2 damage for 2 damage.
Something the matter?
Looks like there's multiple Go Hards actually.
Deal me in.
Ah, red card.
I'm a people person.
Now we get to gold card his Twisted Fate.
I'm always up for a round or two.
But if this doesn't get Go Hearted immediately, I'm gonna Croaker it. I like avoiding keeping one
I
on
don't
board.
change fate that I can see it. For silver I talk, for gold I listen.
So I don't want to Go Hard this because it's 3 health really. I'll just wait. It does reduce our draw chance. Ah, we got it. Nice. So now we hopefully want to double Go Hard this turn and zap into Pack Your Bags for the win.
Where do you stand on cold shots?
Now let's just see if we get lucky.
Like a fish in water.
Yeah, we did. We got there. And we'll see if he has enough stuff to stay alive after this. Alright. Let's see if Twisted Fate's gonna level. So we would draw 4. It's very likely that we can get a level if we play pick a card here. I'm willing to go for it because our opponent doesn't have any response. And this will level up Twisted Fate. Absolutely have to open attack
I
here.
hear them! The dead don't
So
need
first you attack with Zap's Break, that'll knock him to 6. And then you'll have to block one of those 2.
I need another chick!
Probably has to Vengeance the Twisted Fate here. You don't attack they can ruinate.
Packed him good.
It's kind of tough between choosing. I don't really want to play the Zap. I want to play the Curse Keeper for sure, because that makes Ruination really good.
Oh yes, she does love visitors.
And this fading something as well.
No, the boss said for ye.
Don't know much, do ya?
So now we just see if we can deal the one. That Twisted Fate deals the one. That was a great draw. Gives us guaranteed victory against Ruination now. This isn't that bad against Pack Your Bags either. Just Twisted Fate and Zap might have a high chance even of winning the game. With the Keeper token, of course. Curse Keeper here makes the situation almost unmanageable. There are certain things that could happen, like go hard into Pack Your Bags, clearing the board. And then you still have resources left to deal with the follow-up play.
Be nothing left when I'm done.
But it's really awkward. Okay, now our opponent can't.
Never lost a fair game, or played one.
Can't Ruination, so I can do this. I didn't want to lose to Withering Whale before. There just was no reason not to play around it.
Hesitation's a tell. Who says I don't share?
See what our opponent has.
We playing bilge rules, son?
So he'll take, with a Withering Whale, 6. So I'm just gonna pass. So our opponent has to take the bag to watch the token. Alright, we just have to open a tab.
The dead don't need riches.
Right out.
So we want to block, we attack with the minimum level of lethal first. We want the 3-2 to be unblocked, so this is the ideal attack order. The Curse Keeper alone will win the game. GG.
Outplayed.
I can't say for sure that our opponent had Ruination, but it seems very likely given the slow style of play. And that's round 3. Round 3 is a victory, 2-1. and I'll see you in 20 minutes for round 4.